Yeah, that's the printer running in the background just here. So hopefully it's not too loud. But anyways, all right, I kind of figured let's see how far we can get with the cylinder and everything and whatnot, and it's going to definitely be like you're going to see different times of day and stuff on this one because I don't have a hacksaw blade. I thought I had one, but I don't know what I did with it. So that's the idea, is kind of either cut through the intake port down here, or we're going to take the cylinder off anyways, cut it, see if this whole assembly will rotate enough to lift up, get a blade between the head and the block, the cylinder and the block, and cut the connecting rod that way if it can't be pulled up for some reason. I mean, so I was told one way is heat this thing real hot and get welding gloves to try to pull up on it, but I really have my doubts, and I don't want to hurt the block trying to wedge something and pry in between. And so anyways, we're going to try to get the bolts off here. Yeah, 13 is way too loose. The 7/16 was kind of, yeah. $12 is way too big, so. And then 11 is going to be, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. They kind of have the same amount of throw on them. Actually, 11 feels like it's got a little bit less. $11 actually fits a lot better. Yeah, 11 has a little bit better fit than the 7/16, even though I'm pretty sure 7/16 is what it is. So, got one. There's two. Cracked loose. I like this angle better. There's two. Yeah, that's coming out real easy. Not too easy, you know, like you broke it. There's three. And then that one in there is a nut because you can't get a bolt down into there. And there's 4. That is the pain in the butt one down in there. You guys can't see that. That one is a pain to get back on. You got a very small throw area. As you can see, I got that to play with. And removing this would make life easier, and I might do that. Because you can't fit a ratcheting wrench in there for your life. Oh, look at that. I get a... Okay, no, it's turning. So I'm keeping the full wrap on it just for support, to keep things held upright, because it's what keeps it from tipping over. It's actually turning quite easily. I mean, heck, a finger is taking it off here. Or at least was. Till we get to the crusty bits. So. Four bolts hold an entire explosion in. Keeps the top from popping off, the whole 9 yards, you name it. Let's shed some light on the problem here. So, I'm going to work on them, bring you back when we got them off. Alright, got the bolts out. Now, I'm pretty sure the bottom end is kind of having its locked up moment and everything, so as long as we can get it to rotate and go up, but if not, then we're definitely going to have to cut the rod through the port right here, and then stuff will be allowed to lift. But we're going to go ahead and tap on things and see what magic we can have happen. It is turning. It's coming up. See? So Now what's moving, I don't know if it's the bottom or if it's the top, but not trying to destroy this cylinder, but I'm curious. We already undid that partially, but I'm curious if we can rotate it to maybe help us out in this endeavor. It's amazing what parts didn't rust. I don't know why I've got the extension, but let's see here. No, that way's gonna hurt us more than help us. I think the direction we need, unfortunately, is not gonna help us any. Yeah. Unfortunately. It might help. Yeah. Because there's no way that's going to free up that easy for us. At least the piston and the cylinder. Yeah. Piston's definitely stuck in there, so I'd have to tighten that beyond tight to get it, so alrighty. Well, it was worth a shot. The only other one that might be able to help us is that one there without doing any damage. And it's a big bolt, so I said it's a big one. I mean, it's a big one. So that one might be able to help us out. And it's a 5/8. It actually fits a deep well socket on it perfectly. I mean, right now I'm just theorizing how we can get this to pop up without beating on too much stuff. But it looks like beating on it is about our solution. Work things back and forth. Well, we've got like a millimeter of movement. Oh, hold on. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of back and forth work. One thing I never did do was spray down that clutch with anything to help at least. This is the lubricant, the PV lubricant stuff. It's got a lot of time and dirt up in this clutch. Seems like beating on it's the only solution. I was kind of hoping not to have to always beat on stuff, but mind you, I'm just using this to help push. I'm not using the full force on it. But it'd be good to get it in an actual angle I can. So as of right now, I could. Oh wow, look at those. I beat those fins into. Well, at least the bottom end's turning. So that's a positive, I guess. Okay, well, as of right now, if I wanted to, I could get a blade in there, cut it. So, if I wanted to. Pretty stiff on that bottom end, I'm gonna say that. That or the top end's really stiff, either or. Have we even moved the piston in there? Oh, heck no. It ain't even gotten close to moving. I'd almost like to be able to get in there at an angle to undo them bolts. I mean, I could just get to, but I risk stripping them, as they've got so much time on them in age. See if I can. You see, it is moving. It's just stiff. One thing I hate is having that stud, because I could try and rotate this in place, but that one stud that they put in on the design keeps it from being able to rotate while this is all connected together, and that's what I really dislike. I'm pretty sure it's not helping me out in this situation any either. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do the ultimate to it and cut her. Of course, I bent some fins, like I said, but what can you do, right? Come on, sweetie. Well, the wrist pin's wanting to move a little. See that? So, wrist pin at least moves. Yeah, positive. Positive this is going to be a pain in the butt. Like, something deep down inside me wants to try to save this, so deep down inside me is wanting to save the whole assembly, but I just know better. We're almost to the top of the stroke. Almost need something in the front here to act as a wedge or something to keep it from rotating down, but I don't have anything I would want to say acceptable, but we're getting to the top of the stroke here. FYI, the piston has not moved. Still solid in there. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the old girl, unfortunately. Say a prayer. Or maybe I can find an Allen that'll fit in there. But I can tell you those are gonna be on there tight. I want to undo that. At least loosen it. I even get to that other one before I venture off. I figured if you get to the hardest one first. Helps if I could see. Can I even crack this first one loose? Maybe if I shortened up the tool a little. I really don't want to do that to this Allen wrench. But I might have another one. No. Let me find something here real quick. Not exactly sure what my plans are here, but I know I'm working it back and forth. There we go. Got a washer off. Kind of working back the crankshaft and stuff like that. Got some crunchy action going. I hate that stud. Trying to get it to where I can work enough to maybe I can fit an Allen wrench in there. We can get one. Ooh. Trying to have hope that I can have this work without cutting. Because I had a lot of people said, man, I wish you could get that without cutting, so... Alright, well... We'll see what we can do for y'all. There's like, there gotta be a way to do it without cutting the rod, you know. Including Jeremy, too, you know. He was definitely on that wagon. Hitting my light source, knocking it out. I think we might get lucky, but it all depends on how well those connecting rod bolts are going to come out in there. See them? Up here. So, got some crunchy. Oh, good, the exhaust gasket came out. What a great thing. So, we are at the top of the stroke. And we're up, we're above the stud. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Which means we can try and get them bolts. And that actually turns quite freely. We are above the stud. So there might be a fat chance. Get that seated all the way. Just work it a little bit. I say, this is kind of not an option I thought I'd have. Why I really didn't take it, but oh, there goes one. Oh, shoot crap. Oh, shoot crap. We got one loose. Pray. Pray to the chainsaw gods for me, guys. Can we get the next one? I'll go get the torch if I have to. Oh. She's a tight one. All the way down. Oh, got her. We got the bolts loose, guys. They are loose. We might not have to cut a rod after all. Get you guys in for this. It's very hard for me to get an angle for you. See if we can put you... There's where we are, right? Right here. Whew, that was touch and go. I mean, for this thing to sit outside so long, I'm going to say PB Buster. I just don't think this would have been possible without you. And it's coming real easy. Don't count your chickens till they hatch, guys. We'll get her. Can somebody put on in the background the heartbeat machine? Oh wait, the printer's doing it for me. We stable? Try not to get in your guys' way. I really want you guys to see this. Of course, I've got fat fingers. If I can see it. Oh, there we go. We get it with our fingers. No, we're not reusing these. But I will put this on a shelf. One. Let's get that other one, y'all. Shall we? Gotta get over that stinking stud again. We're over it. We were. There we go. Over position you guys here. I'm gonna shine some light on our issue. And it's gonna blind you as much as me. See it? Right there. That's where we're at. Just let sleeping dogs lie with the light. Alright. Oh yeah. We're gonna have needles falling out everywhere, but it's loose enough. Yep, we're gonna do it. You can hear a drop of a bottom rod, followed by successive music. Okay, well I don't know how to edit music and I don't want to put it in, but you can hear a noise here in a moment. There's no way I can, yeah. Oh, the needles look good, from what I can see. Ha ha! We We did it without cutting it. Oh, we did it. Oh, man, look how beautiful that looks, though. Look at that. It's not even harmed or rusted. Nothing. Crank is in beautiful shape right there, though. Look at this. Look at that. Zoom in on this. Look at how beautiful that is. That just a minor little spot to easily clean up, but it still shines. We gotta get that valve out too. This is where it connects in timing to the crank. Well, we've got all the needles down in there. That bearing over there is absolutely toasted. But how these needle bearings survived, unless it's because the crank was in an upright position, nothing could get to it. But I'm in shock that is not any worse for wear, and that can clean up. Assuming we can get the crank out. This we will be using as a template later. Outstanding. Zoom back. Zoom all the way back. Alright, we're at 1. But there it is. Or the PB blaster. I'm not sure where it was soaking down, but I'm assuming through the rod. And then straight down. Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh yeah. Get that last bolt out. That is a tough one to push, but we got her. Now we gotta get that valve out of there. I'll fish out the, I'll get this needle cap and everything here. I had needle nose around here somewhere. There we go. We'll get those fished out here. Take a look at them. That cap is beautiful. You got nasty rust solution, but it's perfect. There's like 200 needles down there to fish out, and they themselves are in great shape. They're not even rusted over. Not a thing. They might be able to be reused. Honestly. I used to have a magnet. There we go. Let's go fishing with the magnet here. How's that sound? Yeah. Yeah, they're not even rusted. And if there is, it's just so minor on them. I can't believe it. The thing is, you guys ain't gonna see this video for a few days. So I'm gonna be sitting here like, oh my gosh, because I'm literally doing this right after I just got done releasing the first video. I'm like, you know what? It's only 8 o'clock at night. Ooh, now we got the nasty rust at the bottom. Oh, one of the needles is stuck in it. See if we can pull it separate from it. We're gonna clean these needles real good and oil them up. Nasty rust at the bottom. But go collect our needles. I didn't even count how many that was. But fishing down at the bottom there. We're just fishing out rust now. If I get this running, proof you can't kill a Mac that easy. It takes a strong will, however, to get it going again. Yeah, she's pulling out a bunch of nasties right now. So we got to get that valve out of there. Rotary valve. So let me regroup here, and we'll go ahead and we'll tackle that. Well, I don't know. Pretty much a tried and true beat it and to separate, huh? Get a few of them and just keep kind of tapping away on both sides of it until she gives, right? I really don't want to break it. Ow! Bucking spike got me again. There we go. Kind of one of them efforts all the way around, and so it's one of those. It has a very good fit to the crank, and then add in your rust, and that just helps it more. It's also a governored one, I can see. Oh, there's a wave washer. I see ya. Alright, let's see. There we go. There we go. Oh, hold on, we need to get that off. Just because I said. There we go. She was on there. Not that it won't fit over it, I just don't want it there. Yeah. Alright. Sorry if I'm loud there. I yelled into the phone. Alright. I'm on, sweetie. 2 fingers. There we go. There it is. That is a rotary valve. It's a governored one. Inside there's a spring and this brass weight, and as the engine turns faster and faster, that opens up, supposed to collapse, let more fuel and air in, or more fuel, and it richens it up and slows down the engine. So, but as crusty as it looks, I think it too will be all right. We'll get it, keep it soaking, and we'll see what we can work with here. It's like rubbing a coin that's been at the bottom of the ocean forever, and you're just trying to see it. It's exactly the feeling. Alright, and then can the wave washer be saved too? Oh, it looks pretty good. And that's what it is. It's no more than a pressurized spring wave. And it just presses up against, and it keeps pressure on the valve. And there's supposed to be another washer, very thin washer on that, but it was rotted off. This one, however, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what time says for that. But there it is. Piston and cylinder. Now we've got a crusty bearing on the clutch side. But I don't know how much more I'm going to do on this for you guys, because I do not have the puller for the clutch. But I was just very determined tonight to get this, and I might release it in a couple days here, just so you guys can see it. That we indeed got that off without cutting it. And I'm thanking myself for actually having a little faith and like, we can do this. Let's see what we can do. But I'm also happy that the cylinder was not on bottom dead center. The piston, I mean, was not on bottom dead center when it decided to die. Because then, when it was parked, because then it would have been an absolute nightmare. So it had to be where it is now. Any lower down, it probably, any further, yeah, down in the cylinder, it probably wouldn't have worked out. I don't know. Like I say, it's... So, alright, well, Get her cleaned up here. I'll keep some lube on this crank here, and that bearing over there, like I say, I'll have to find the size of the bolts and modify a piece of steel or something, and to work with the center of that puller, get a piece of steel, and we're gonna have to pull that clutch off because it's a tapered fit and everything. And we'll once we get that popped off and everything, then it shouldn't be too bad because the crank just comes right out this way. But there's a snap ring inside here that I'm gonna have to rotate the crank again for. I'm gonna have to tap it down because there's a snap ring right here that retains that bearing inside. And then once that's out, then the whole assembly should be able to slide out. There might be another snap ring on the other side. So, all right. Just want to say, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to have more awesome action like that. Hopefully, we'll have more like that. And soon this will be turning on our own power. So then, thanks for watching, hanging out with me in the room. We'll keep going on this, and hopefully many more future ones.